runs into Nuggetz here.
It's going to be rough. They played each other at LMBM. It was in a money match. It was 3-0. And their only other bracket set was Shine Tools, and it was a 2-0 for Nuggetz.
Yep. And that's Shine before COVID. So
very much before COVID. Almost 4 years ago.
Yeah. And yeah, Trey off to a good start. So Nuggetz is very good at this matchup. He and Luxa have played so much. This matchup can be tricky for Peach, but also Ike can absolutely just die sometimes. That was really well spaced up B. It is possible to do that and get around it, but that is certainly a factor.
That was one of the ways you're just able to get around it, is just going as low as possible and still barely getting hit by that counter. Oh, the turnip snipe.
Yeah. Turnips are super good against this character off stage. You can also throw turnips in a way that, like, when he's side being high, you kind of force him to either delay it or take a hit early.
Yeah, and you don't want
either. And then you can cover the other option. Like, either way, Ike's in a bad spot. So,
absolutely.
Like, neutral can be kind of difficult for Peach to deal with the large hitboxes, but like every other aspect of this matchup, very strong for Peach.
And Nugget's already off to a strong lead, 57%, and only at 76 now, only a minute in, so he's already starting off pretty hot. And this is a best of 5, by the way.
Yeah, so they will have some time to get used to each other's playstyles here. You know, as we were talking about, we just heard from Genoking before this set that they did play that money match recently, and that Nuggetz beat him pretty handily. But also,
Genoking's been playing top lately, though.
Yeah, this is certainly, you know, this is not the what we expected him to have. He was seeded, I think, 27th versus Trey is the 7th seed, and I don't think anyone's that surprised that he upset the 2 seed. Like, he does this all the time.
Yeah, it's not a big shocker. I mean, Pelka and Nuggetz have played historically a lot, and it could swing either way.
So close,
yeah. It'll almost always go down to a game 5, but then that one little interaction, it'll go in Pelka's favor, or if it'll go in Trey's favor. But Trey actually got a bomb in one of the sets.
As you said,
oh no! That's not possible! I swear I'm not jinxing anything. Trey's just gonna toss it away with the up throw, but it's actually gonna land back! It's actually gonna hit Genoking and send it away for a second stock. Nuggetz, this is not possible!
How does this man get it one every time? For those of you who are new to watching New England Smash specifically, this man gets every good turnip pull all the time when necessary. We don't know how. We have no idea, but this is so consistent. It happens every single set.
One of the ways that Nuggetz was able to seal out a Game 5 win against Pelka was a Mr. Saturn shield break, and then Nuggetz pushed Pelka off the stage using that hurt box shifting at the ledge to make Pelka fall to the death.
Killed him at 0%.
Insane.
And Peach had 0 deaths in in Smash 4 and kind of in Melee sometimes for punishes. She doesn't have that in this game. You're not getting a 0 death punish. You got the push box off stage to get this kill at 0 and end the set. That's the kind of thing you see, but like that's the kind of thing you see, like, he gets these so often, he's been playing Peach for so long, he's got such great game plans of what to do with it. Like, how often do you see someone throw the bomb straight up in the air and then just move around?
That's just Nuggetz.
But he's ready, he's got those setups.
Genoking taking that big hit from the forward air, just trying to get back to leg as much as possible. Nuggetz just trying to dance around in neutral and mid-stage, gets hit by the dash attack. Genoking just trying to make a comeback with that forward tilt. Even stocks.
Yeah, that's a good F tilt there, and certainly Ike's advantage state is very strong. And Ike's up B can kill you at 0 once in a while, so...
Yeah, you got to be careful. Turnip snipe coming through,
that's what I was talking about with the turnips. Doesn't go after him a second time, though. He could have like gone low and countered that. But it works out for Nuggetz, and he takes game 1.
The trademark back air going to seal out game 1 for Nuggetz. Now Genoking, I think you got to be a little bit confident. Game 1, you got down to Nuggetz to first stock, last stock. Not bad.
Yeah, no, that was like... Especially considering how badly that started for Genoking, I think it ended up being much more competitive. Especially like going down that far and then dying to a bomb.
Exactly.
Like he definitely brought that back decently well, and I feel like he's got a shot here. You know, he's not going to feel like he's out of it going into game 2.
Feeling that there might have been a little bit more of an RNG element, especially with the bomb killing a little early to mid%. Maybe you're feeling a little bit better going into this. Maybe if you can out neutral Nuggetz without any RNG, you might have a shot.
A task that of course many people are able to do.
It's very hard. It's very hard.
Out neutraling Nuggetz has been very hard for many years. You know, one thing we used to talk about a lot in commentary on his sets was that his combo game was just not what you wanted to see from Peach players, even though every other aspect of his game was so good. Well, he's worked on that a lot. It's pretty good now.
Yeah, it's very stark.
And now you have to deal with like some of the best neutral of any Peach player, and he's got the combos to back it up. And so, almost lit dies there, but now he's really got like the all-around game with this
Even with that slight amount of rage on Genoking, it just doesn't seal it out. Ooh, Trey looking that forward air, does not get hit and gets hit with the side B instead.
That's another time where I'd like to see the counter. If you cover the a certain height with the turnip or something, you can counter the low side B to ledge because he just doesn't have another option. But he's been going for those like nair or forward air off stage, or just ledge chopping. Which, well, I never really have a problem with Nuggetz just ledge chopping because he's so good at it. It would be nice to see him take those guaranteed kills when he gets them.
Something I'm a little bit more surprised to see is that Nuggetz has tried to go for the Toad counter twice, and it has failed. But almost all the times that Nuggetz has been just trying to edge guard Genoking, it's been through turnip snipes.
And that works too. I mean, Turnip's certainly very good against this character. Good recovery in terms of distance, not a lot of flexibility. He's really just got sideways or upwards. There's no in between.
Yeah.
Even while those side B charge mix-ups do exist, you really only have so many different ways to move.
Especially after
you cover so many of them with turnips.
Especially after you already get hit by once. If you're just recovering, from a fresh state, you have all that mix-up. But after you get hit, you only have maybe one or two options, and then Trey can just predict which one it is and then easily steal out of stock.
Yeah, oftentimes there you're like at best in a 50-50, and that's just, in both situations, if you guess right, you're just getting ledge chopped by someone who's very good at ledge chopping.
Dash attack not going to come through. Nuggetz back on the stage with
Great
another
aim with
turnip
the
snipe,
turnip.
and now a 3-stock to 1 lead.
That movement where he's rising and then he's just falling the slightest bit as he throws the turnip out there. The turnip kind of just falls down along with Ike at that spacing, and there's really nothing he can do. I mean, he can try to go earlier and take the hit closer to stage. That's really the best that Ike can do in that situation.
Genoking just trying to get back to the stage. Another turnip snipe coming through. Is able to get back on. Now has Nuggetz at the ledge.
He's struggling here, trying to get this first stock off. Ike certainly has that kill threat, but Ike just doesn't have, outside of, a random up B gimp happening, Ike just does not have that big X factor of early kills that you sometimes see from Ultimate characters.
And there's not a lot of cheese factor. Obviously, you have something like an F tilt or maybe like a nair into an up air, but this late percentage, even on Daisy, it's just not going to work here.
Your combos don't even work anymore. You really have to get those stray hits, and we see him swinging with the F tilt. He gets whiff punish for it, and that's a 3-stock for game 2.
And now it's a very stark contrast from game 1. Obviously, it went down to last stock on Nuggetz, even with that bomb kill cheese in game number 1, and immediately Trey bringing it back for a 3-stock.
And this is what he does. I mean, it's so hard to beat Trey because, especially in a best of 5, because he learns so quickly. He adapts better than pretty much anyone I know. And a lot of times we will see him either drop game 1 or have very close game 1s against players you expect him to beat, and you might be watching me like, oh, what's going on here? Are they going to be able to get to him? And no. It's the amount of times that I've played him and taken game 1 and gotten 3-stocked game 2 is fairly high.
Yeah.
And I've seen him do it to so many people.
We are going to see the Delfino counterpick, and I love this. The Delfino Plaza counterpick.
Shout out Delfino Plaza.
The staple for Nuggetz.
So we see some stage variation here, going from PS2 to not quite PS2.
Just slightly smaller PS2. Not too much of a difference. I think it does benefit Genoking a little bit more having those platforms.
I think so. I think the lower platforms give Ike a little bit of a more consistent combo game. The falling nair, rising nair, and then land on a platform kind of thing. Just a little bit more consistent here. But overall, very similar stage. A little less room to work with, but with how slow Peach is, moving side to side, I don't even think that makes a huge difference.
Not too much. We're going to see a forward air coming up from Nuggetz. Now he has him at the ledge, but Genoking just going to get back. And is going to get a grab off of that, but no true follow-up.
Yeah, Ike does not get the guaranteed up throw fares that he did in Smash 4, but that threat of back air or forward air there is definitely very real. And it'll kill very early if you can get the read, but it's really a lot more reliant on an exact positional read.
Genoking getting a really good counter hit in with a back air. Now it's going to steal that stock, and now Genoking has the first lead of the set.
Yeah, it's the first time he's been up a stock. That back air really well placed. That move, it's fast, it's very strong, it's very safe, but it's very small. So you do have to be very precise with it. It's a really good hit there to get, just to find Peach as she's moving around through the air like that.
I'm crazy. That was 2 up tilts. You see that? That's not an easy move to hit either.
Yeah.
That's a lot of end lag, a lot of startup. Doesn't really do too much at early percent. Interesting move. Back air coming through.
It's a really strong, thing you can use for roll reads as a kill option. It doesn't see a lot of use in a lot of matchups outside of that, but I think it is actually a pretty useful button against Peach just because that's the area she wants to be in. And she doesn't have the speed to whiff punish it consistently if she doesn't have a turnip either.
See, Genoking just trying to go for another up tilt there, is going to get countered out by the down air. Nuggetz having that turnip in hand, gets it loose, and Genoking's just got to go back to ledge.
And I like what Genoking is doing this game where he's moving both forward and back a little more often rather than it felt like in the first 2 games he was trying to find a way in, or then he'd be like, okay, I need to be patient, and then he'd like just give up the stage. He's doing a better job weaving in and out in this game, and we're seeing results of it. He's keeping this game very close. That will still not kill him. He's still alive. Oh, just missed the ledge, though.
You could have tried to charge it a little bit faster, but even still, they're just not going to get anywhere with a little bit of distance just missing from that side B. Now Nuggetz having the lead in game number 3, trying to look for a roll read.
Does 69% off that one turnip string. And that is just so threatening. When he's still got the movement, the ledge trapping, all of that he used to have. And now he's got that crazy combo game as well. It's just so difficult to stay a whole game without getting hit by that.
Oh, but that nair into an up air is going to seal out that second stock for Genoking. This is still Genoking's winner's side tournament life right here. Is Nuggetz able to finish it out?
Yeah, down about 100%, but certainly not over yet on this last stock at least.
I love it when
trademark Nuggetz roll read going for it there.
Someone's always scared trying to look for that back air, and you're just trying to go in and you're going to roll in, and then Nuggetz just knows. He knows you're just going to roll in there, but Genoking not taking the bait.
He's been doing that since early Smash 4.
Yeah,
that is the signature Nuggetz move.
Ooh, not be coming through, racking up a little bit more damage.
Stitch, by the way.
I didn't even notice.
He's got to be real careful here. Stitch will kill anything other than like fully across stage. Maybe even not. Also, supposed to be aware of shield break setups. Yeah.
Oh wow. What percent was Genoking at? Like 140?
Like 140. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a 3-0. 2 very close games. The 3 stock in between them.
Yeah.